Hello, it is me, the Gabry Cat, back again with another tier list. I'm really enjoying making these. It's really easy and really good when you want to display a lot of information, a lot of opinions in a very simple way without much pressure. So we're back with the Terraria tier lists. Terraria tier list number 3 for today is going to be for critters. Indeed, we're going to decide which ones are the best. These images are fucked, but you know, it doesn't matter that much. We know which, like this half of a goldfish, we know what it is. We know what it's supposed to represent. It's weird how the wiki has some images that fit, some that don't. But, okay, let's get it started. So, birds. How do you even define the use of a critter? Well, is it bait power? Or is it only decorative? How rare is it? Now, rareness can be a good thing and a bad thing for a lot of people. For me, it is a good thing. The more uncommon something is, the more fun it is to get. At least in the way Terraria has done it, they execute on it very well. So something like, I consider all of the gold pets to be fairly high tier. There's nothing really better than gold pets as far as I know. Okay, there's one exception to this rule. The gold butterfly. Every other gold pet critter, I'm going to probably accidentally call them pets a few times, but every other gold critter is A tier. These things are beautiful, so sexy, great for decoration, for bragging rights. They're basically trophies of Terraria. The gold butterfly is the rarest of all of them because it is the only one which has 2 spawn rates. One, a set spawn rate of 1 in 150 instead of regular butterfly. On top of that, the butterflies also have a randomly generated spawn rate at the beginning of each day. Randomness on something like a boss attack is annoying because dying feels like shit, but randomness on a collectible feels very good. So next things, first thing I want to say is the Enchanted Nightcrawler is terrible in terms of like, I mean it's useful for being a bait, so I can't put it at the very bottom, but you can only craft it. You can't find it anywhere, and I guess it looks cool too, so it can't also be H, G, is it even F? Yeah, I'll say F. It's F, because it isn't the worst of the worst that you could possibly imagine. I don't even know. I just made all these other tiers down here just in case I needed them. But I don't think that this guy really fits down here. It's only craftable. You can't find it, but it looks really cool, and it's useful in baits. So maybe E. I don't even think it's F. Okay, bird. This dude can't use it as bait. It tries to fly away from you. It's a piece of shit. Really annoying to catch. It doesn't sell for that much. They sell for either 2.5 silver or 5 silver. I forget. I think it's 5. So it's not too much. So, and I just think they're annoying. And these guys, the blue jay and the cardinal, are just recolors. They're pretty much just the same. They're all annoying. And their cages are huge as fuck, so they're annoying to store. And I think ducks are what make regular birds annoying, but it's even worse. Because ducks are loud. Their noise is more annoying. These guys at least sound serene. But these guys are like quacking the day right on up. It's really annoying. And the only time it makes it worth it being around one of these is the human quack. They also look really big and stupid when they fly, which is keeping them out of H and I, because I think they look really funny when they fly. Now, I really love scorpions. Scorpions are awesome. They're probably my favorites because, like, other than golden shit, because they feel really uncommon. So when you do see them, they feel awesome. But then it's a goddamn spider with a poison sword for a tail. Fucking crazy. And this guy, I'm going to put him in C. Buggy, because not only is that name adorable, he's very useful. Only green text critter, I think. Maybe the gold ones are, I'm not sure. Very useful for fishing. Very cool, very cute, really interesting. These guys, they're also very adorable, sluggy and grubby. They're also very easy. These are all easy to find, and they're also high tier, even though they're easy to find, because, in my opinion, something that is just fodder for fishing should be easy to find, which is why the worm is the same as Buggy, despite being only 25% bait power, while Buggy is 40%. I think worms are very easy to find, so they're even easier to find than these three, but it's, however, not better than Buggy, so it's only even with it. I really like how worms are easy to find, and they're very useful for fishing. So where are squirrels and bunny rabbits? I think they're not as annoying as the birds. I think they're not anything special, though. Well, this thing is annoying because you can't. There's no rarity. You have to craft it, so you're never gonna see one unless you craft it and like let it walk around on the floor or craft it into a cage. But these bunnies are everywhere, but they're really nothing special. They're not anything of usefulness. They don't look awesome. They're not shiny. They're nothing. And squirrels are basically just bunny rabbits, but with different animations. And they literally have, they're just recolors, they feel like. Grasshoppers, I put in the realm as sluggy and grubby because they're fairly easy to find. They're pretty common, about 1 in 10 drop from grass, so they're pretty easy to find. But I don't really find myself using them that much. I also just really like the look of like crickets and grasshoppers. In my opinion, they're really cool. So about fireflies and the lightning bugs, where do these two guys sit? I really like them. They're like they kind of remind me of butterflies, but they don't look as beautiful as like all these different kinds of butterflies. There's so many kinds of butterflies of so many different kinds of rarity, so it really feels like you're collecting a larger quantity of things whenever you are trying to get all the butterflies. Well, these guys, there's only one kind that's really common, and these you have to go out of your way, go to a haul to buy them to find. Decent fishing power on both of them, 35% on this dude, and I forget how much is on the original. Voice crack, puberty. So I'm actually gonna put these guys there. And these guys are actually more uncommon, so I'm going to put them a little higher, just because it feels good to get them, because they're uncommon. Frogs, I really like the noises they make. They're really cute, but enemies kill them all the time because the jungle has insane spawn rates. So I'm going to put them there. I don't think they deserve to be higher. They're also just very unnoteworthy. They're not used for bait, I don't think. It'd be weird. You use a frog for bait? I mean, it depends what you're trying to catch, right? Now, glowing snails specifically are on the same level as scorpions for me because they're really uncommon. You never see them. So when you do see them, it's awesome, and then they have this cool blue glow. I think having a cool blue glow really sets them apart, kind of like a scorpion having a poison knife for a tail. Goldfish, it's like it's the only water critter. So whenever I see it, I just think they look really interesting. I also one of those people that is very into like goldfish in real life. I think that carp are really beautiful, really cool looking, and really, really, really cute. I love them. They're really awesome. So when I see the equivalent in Terraria, I think that'd be cool. I think they can make a better sprite though, and then also make some koi. I think having koi farms in Terraria, like having koi ponds in Terraria would be lit as fuck. Okay, mice, beautiful, beautiful. Just look at that face, beautiful, so sexy. All right, where are we putting them? They run around, they're not affected by enemies. They're able to actually run up slopes. They're like a block, they don't have to jump. They're not like worms, they inch along slowly and they can't get over blocks. They can actually walk up them. They're very, very fast. They sound cute. They add ambience to caves. They're fairly uncommon, and they look cute as hell in a cage. They run on a little wheel. I put them fairly high up, even though I don't think it looks as... who am I kidding? Look at that face. But really awesome. They do. It's not like one cool thing that they are, like doing one cool thing. It's so many different things that they're doing well. Penguins, this motherfucker. Look at this guy. His head is like cut off. This dude didn't. He's too tall for the school photo, man. You hate to see it. But where am I sending him? This guy sells for 12 silver, and it's one of the most 12.5 silver specifically. And they're some of the most common critters. So you can just go into the ice biome, see them in 5 seconds, sell them. You just get so many gold coins if you live by an ice biome. I can attest to this. My Replays Terraria series, I can attest to this. I couldn't go exploring for several minutes because every time I tried to leave, there was one of these guys, and I wanted free inventory. But they sell for so much. However, they do not make a noise. So they're not adding to the ambience. Not very believable. If they made a noise, I'd believe that they're actually penguins, but for me, I just see a walking blob, like a sack of money that somebody painted black and white. It's just like a waddling sack of money. Snails, do I put them high tier? I think they look really... Snails, like goldfish, are very cute. I really like snails, personally. Very beautiful creature. Very cute. I love them. Little eye stalks, adorable. Truffle worms, very much so the same as these guys. But I'd actually put it in A tier because it's as cool as a scorpion or a glowing a glowing snail because of how cool it looks and how rarely you see it. So when you do see it, it looks awesome because it's like it makes a positive response in your brain happen. You just get a tiny hit of dopamine seeing it because you're just like, oh shit, a truffle worm. But then on top of that, on top of looking cool and getting a positive response from you, it also actually summons a boss, which is the only critter that summons a boss. So honestly, I could put it in S tier, being able to summon a boss, if that boss was actually interesting in the least. Actually, the boss is pretty good. Unless you play in expert mode, then phase 3 is badly designed and bullshit. Okay, butterflies. Where am I setting these guys? I love butterflies quite a bit, but their fishing power varies. Monarch butterflies only have 5% fishing power, so they're not that useful. So they're just a collectible thing that you use to fish, and they're cool because they're butterflies, which raises them to high D+. It's like D+. Very, very almost C+, or C. And then sulfur butterflies, 10% bait power. Not like, I mean, we have to have a yellow butterfly. I think it looks cool. Yeah, enough to get into C tier. And then the next one is, one of them has 15%. I think it's the Ulysses butterfly, which I don't like it. I like it about as much as the sulfur butterfly. I'm not that, like the blue design doesn't look that special. And then we have zebra, maybe zebra swallowtail was, or maybe zebra swallowtail is 20%. I think zebra swallowtail might be 15% and this guy is 20%. But it doesn't really matter that much because I'm putting him there. These three are basically, I like them about as much as each other. They're just as good. I'm just as happy seeing them. So then we have the good butterflies. Julia, 25%, enough to get into B tier in my opinion. And then we have the really good ones. Purple Emperor, 40%, or is, I think Red Admiral's 35%, and Purple Emperor is 40%. Purple Emperor is, when I see a Purple Emperor, I get basically the same thing as a gold critter, but slightly less. I'd say it's A-. Well, we have this guy. The purple or the Red Admiral, about the same. They're about the same, yeah. Say it's really close to falling into B+, but it's like about the same. And then we have this guy. I really should have put some more tiers up at the very top. What we could do is this. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. These guys basically are lesser versions of the golden pets. Well, or the pets. See, I keep calling them pets. They're lesser versions of the golden critters. Better than seeing any of these guys, but they're not as good as the gold critters. Well, when I see a tree nymph or a truffle worm, it's essentially as if I'm seeing a golden critter. They're basically on that level. And then golden butterfly, still the rarest thing I've ever seen in terms of critters. So here is the list. Didn't even need I tier. Nothing is that horrible. Ducks just look like annoying and fat. So there's my tier list. Irrefutable, of course. No one can make a better tier list than me. I am the best. So follow me on all my social media. Subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know what I could have done better. Like, best social media to talk to me on is definitely my Discord fan server. Link on screen. Leave a like, dislike, or comment if you actually watched the video. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night.